Welcome to the Bob Show. Welcome, folks. Here with our very first interview of the day, we have
Seymour
and Banani.
Corey, and we're simply just gonna ask them a few questions on their, maybe perspective on the witch trials that their, grandparents went through. First off, how are you two young men doing today?
Oh, we're getting pretty exhausted. We just got off the farm, but been all right.
Don't you worry your little head, sir. We'll be able to answer your questions without a scuffle.
Well, I'm very glad to hear that. That's great for our audience. And let's just get started off with the first question. How are y'all two dealing with the passing of your grandparents, Giles and Martha Corey, two great, people of the community?
My pa was a great man. I known him since my day of birth. he taught me everything I know.
Everything, brother.
It's so sad to see my children grow up without their pa, man. It's so sad.
It's so sad, my brother. It's so sad.
Well, I'm really sorry to hear that from you guys.
I know. I can't do this interview. I can't. It's causing me too much pain. Let's go. Let's go, Bernard.
Well, on to our next guest. Welcome back, folks. Today, we're here with our second interview, and we are with Danforth. Now, this one's going to be an interesting one, folks. Lot to talk about here. Hopefully, we can get a lot of good information about this. Let's just start off with, the facts. Recently, we just interviewed Martha and Giles Corey's grandchildren, and they were devastated. They walked off the interview. How does that make you feel that you killed their grandparents?
I killed nobody's grandparents. I killed no man nor woman. I killed the spawns of Satan. I hung and hanged the spawns of Satan that were plaguing the town of Salem. None of these people were children of God. They were Satan's vessels to come and corrupt our courts and our churches. I did God's work by prosecuting them and hanging them to their deaths.
Hey. Let's keep this civil, okay, Mr. Danforth? Alright? But, you mean to tell me you hold no responsibility for the deaths of these people?
I hold zero responsibility because I was doing God's work.
Okay.
I don't want to hear any of the stuff that Hale or Paris or any of these other people try to do to justify. I was doing God's work, and none of y'all buffoonery will ever make any of this.
Welcome back to the and trust me, we have plenty of more special content for you. And matter of fact, boys, our next guest is just so special. I'm proud to welcome you, Eric Proctor. Well, aren't you just so handsome and good looking? Don't y'all agree? Yeah. So, on to the first question. How are you dealing with the loss of your beloved and highly respected father? Well, it's... honestly, he was just such an amazing person. And you can really see that through his character on, how, how he handled the whole situation, even though that... he was just a great... I wish I would have... But thanks to some people, I don't get that.
Who's that person?
Well, might as well get straight into it, shouldn't we? Abigail. Yeah, you heard it from me first. I'm just repeating what my father said and do best. So, Yeah, just on to the next question. I want to move on. This is getting me too worked up. I couldn't agree any more, Eric. And wow, that was just a great response. And I think the crowd, it looks like the crowd's just falling in love with you, man. And can't lie, so am I. And one more question for you before you have to go. What would you do if you saw Abigail right now? Like, what would you do to her? I'm so intrigued to know.
Well,
I'm so glad you asked me, honestly, because what I do, I think I would beat that whore up. I would take her right behind the barn, and I would just the things I would do. But I know that's all the time we have left. Thanks for having me. Okay. Great response. I think on sadly on to our next guest. Y'all aren't gonna like this next guest too much, but straight to it.
Now from the top, make it drop. That's some wet. That's some wet. Now get a bucket and a mop. That's some wet.
Biggest boo this talk show has ever heard. I would say welcome, but not so much. Here's our next guest, Abigail. Someone really special. And he's a really special guy, really good looking. I'm sure he took a lot of those traits from his father. You got something to say?
well, his father wasn't that good. I've seen other men better. Unfortunately, trust him.
Oh. I'm gonna have to actually not say a name right now. At least while I'm on the show. But actually, you know what? Let's get straight into it. How about we do talk about it? What happened behind the barn?
Behind the barn wasn't too good. It was like mediocre. But I mean, his
I'm talking about your ugly father. Thank you very much. Oh, you stupid.
I'm not carrying, got so much grass all
Can't shake your hand.
No, sir.
Figure that out first. That's my office.
Yes, sir.
Alright, sorry.
Our fault. The hell for anyone else that